Here we go. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dave Finale, and this is Real Estate Talk TGIF, episode 279. That is 276 weeks in a row. This broadcast is brought to you by not only Modern Agents and Real Estate Skill Builders, but also njheroesprogram.com here in New Jersey, helping all different kinds of heroes in our great state, the Garden State of New Jersey. Today, we've got some really extra special stuff here. We're going to talk about a product that I've been talking about for a couple of years called HighNote, which I use in presentations and agent attraction. And we not only have the founder, we have the head of growth with us today, Mark, Choey, and Randy. Tobbe, good morning, good welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right.
Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome. So we're going to go quickly and come right back. Go ahead, Nelson, hit the tape.
Real estate agents, are you looking to acquire clients consistently to grow your business and income for a great lifestyle? Well, this is Dave Finale, and I'm here to bring you the Real Estate Skill Builder broadcast, Real Estate Talk TGIF, brought to you by Real Estate Skill Builder and the Modern Agent team.
Hello, everybody. Again, Dave Finale here. This is Real Estate Talk TGIF, episode 279. And I've got Mark Choey, who is the founder of HighNote, co-founder of Climb Real Estate. You took Climb to a top 250 in the United States, and it was acquired by Realogy. And you were in the number 2 condo agent in San Francisco. That's Mark, and your awards are numerous. Inman Newgard Award and a lot of other things. Trendsetter, just a lot of great things. And Randy's the head of growth at HighNote, and Randy was a partner at Realty Commander, which was acquired by Showtime, and also a partner at Lion Desk. If you guys don't know about Lion Desk, it's an innovative, great CRM that I had the opportunity to use and loved it for years. And that's just a little bit about you guys. I could go on and on with what you guys are and who you guys are, but I really just want to welcome you and say thanks for coming on. Thanks so much again, guys, for coming on. It's going to be a great broadcast.
Super excited.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. So I got one quick question, and then we'll get into the meat of our broadcast. The question is, guys, what does TGIF stand for?
Oh, well, thank God it's Friday, obviously.
Well, that's close. That's close, Mark. I mean, shame on you. You should know you've been asked this question before, but that's okay. Randy, you get one shot at it.
Thank God for finale.
You're so close, and you're going to get the win. Ding, ding, ring the bell. Thank God it's finale. My broadcast over 5 years, so I got some cred here. Anyway, guys. Thanks so much for coming on. We're here to talk about your product, the product that I love that was brought to me by some of the great minds at the Fast Forward movement through eXp Realty, including Kyle Whistle, Dan Beer, as well as Kenny Trung, Fast Real Estate out in California. All these guys are in California, right? And I know a lot of people higher up, I mean, using this, doing $100 million, $200 million, $300 million in business still today in 2023 are using this product and in using it so well. Talk to me, guys, about this product. Talk to me about HighNote. But first, a little bit about your background and how you got to it.
Okay, got it. I started this brain. I was the brainchild behind HighNote, and it came from my pain. And as all great products or any product, right, it comes from someone's personal pain. And I was a real estate agent, a manager, a team leader, and a brokerage owner. And one of the things that I noticed with real estate agents is they are struggling, super busy, running around like a chicken with their head cut off,
right? Dealing
with tech, dealing with software, dealing with the most silliest things in the world, like presentations. And, the agent is scrambling all the time, and they're scrambling because they're pressed for time. They're pressed for time because they're inundated with leads. They're inundated with showings. They're inundated with follow-up. These are the main things that agents have to deal with at a daily basis. And at Climb, at our real estate brokerage in San Francisco, it was an independent real estate brokerage. We built that from scratch. It was tech forward, marketing forward, very branding heavy. And we dominated a part of San Francisco. And we had hundreds of agents, and we wanted them to present their best. We wanted them to be their best. We wanted them to look their best. So we hired a lot of graphic designers to help them look their best, be their best, update their presentations, because it's all about the presentation for a real estate agent, especially. You're a sales and marketing professional. You need to present your best. You need to look your best. So, but we couldn't hire enough graphic designers to make this happen. So I said, after we had sold our brokerage to Realogy, I said, oh my gosh, we need something to do. I need something to do. And I think this is a great thing to do. Bring this technology, bring this solution to the rest of real estate in the USA. And it's a simple, easy to use presentation builder that's a difference maker for so many agents and teams nationwide. And we'll show a little bit about it later, but this is how it started. The genesis of it was like this. I love to make rookie agents and medium agents into top producers. That's what we love to do. There was nothing greater of a greater joy than running a brokerage and seeing all of these agents become top producers under. And Ken Chung was one of these people.
I agree.
So I wanted to continue that mission, and that's why I built HighNote. And
I mean, just to that point, I mean, just to double up on that is when you work with agents and you see them succeeding. And I mean, for me, the biggest joy was when they come and say, Dave, it worked, and that I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. Randy, let's talk about you and your background and your journey to here.
Yeah, I mean, with over 10 years in the real estate tech space, working with everyday agents, teams, brokerages, franchises, I've kind of seen it all. Right. And one thing that I noticed, right, and we built two really great companies over the last 10 years, a lot of agents on them. The one thing that attracted me to HighNote was the simplicity of using it, right? Like coming from CRM, coming from transaction management, right? There's a lot of stuff that agents want to do. And agent adoption amongst tech products are historically low.
Right.
And the reason that they're low is because they're complicated. You got to learn a lot. And when I saw this, I was like, it's drag and drop. Like if you can use Facebook and you can drag a photo in and make a post or, upload a video, like you can use this program. And then the other thing about it was you don't have to be 100 times better than the next guy. You literally just need to be 1% better in order to win. So the simplicity of using the product for anybody, whether you're just starting out, you're not tech savvy, or you are, that was one. And then the other was just being able to be a little bit better, right? Like standing out from your competition in a very, very unique way. And anybody can do it. So I was drawn to the product when Mark showed me, because we've all been in that situation where we have a phone call, right? Great conversation. And then they're like, you know what, Randy, send me what you got. I don't care what you do, right? Real estate sales, right? Software sales, whatever. We've all been in that situation. And what's our go-to? We go to our email, we write an email, we then add a bunch of attachments and then throw in some links. Here's a video, here's this. And then we send it off hoping and praying. The customer experience is terrible in that environment. Plus, we don't know when to follow up. So by utilizing HighNote, you just drag and drop all that stuff. It crafts a beautiful presentation, and when people are interacting with it. So I was like, this is a no-brainer for anybody that has to get in front of people and want to impress them. And that's honestly why I joined Mark on the journey.
So, the best part about this, you hit a couple of things that really are important to me. And why one of the reasons I love it so much is, number one, there's not all these attachments. If you want to send, like, for instance, what we train and mentor and coach agents on when they get an appointment, the most important thing you want to do is make sure at the end you say, can I send you something? Or, I want to send you some information. And they'll typically, they'll get overexcited and it might attach like 2, 3, 4 things. Hey, look at this. People don't really want to download stuff, number one. And number two, if you send them one thing, well, is that enough? Should I just send them my presentation? What else should I show them? What's important? Because this is your pre presentation to get to know you a little bit. And that was the one thing, to be able to give one link and everything is there. And the other thing is really the most important to me is the analytics behind it. So you actually know what they looked at, how many seconds, down to the seconds, and how long they looked at it, which would help you with your presentation to know what to focus on or what not to focus on. So I've given my little soliloquy on what I love about it. Let's talk about the presentation, and you guys just take it anywhere you want to go, because the most important part about this market that we're in today is, we've got to be listing heavy. So go ahead, guys.
Yeah, great. And I think I'm going to, maybe it's a good time to share my screen.
Okay.
It'll help guide our talk, I think. Basically, let me get to some cool slides. And I think, this is how it works, right? I was like, okay, what is the essence of what a real estate agent needs to do every day with their technology? Well, it's to save time or win deals, right? There's not a lot else, right? Yeah. And that's what HighNote does. So we basically collect and deliver everything just through drag and drop or uploading all of the stuff that you need to deliver in one nice little package. Think about like a gift box that you get, or a gift bag, like a Tiffany's bag, where it's something where you put something inside, you wrap it up, and you deliver that item. And the concept came from, does everyone know what a leave behind is? When you do a listing presentation, right? We spent so much time at Climb Real Estate really figuring out what the best leave behind is going to be. Why? Because all of the other brokerages and the agents, they got something nice too. And they want to leave something behind, so that when you're at the kitchen table discussing your agent, the meeting, what's sitting there? It's the binder, it's the box, it's the leave behind that's sitting there. That's a constant reminder to that seller as to who you are. Right. You can't just have like some ugly plastic binder, right? It's got to be top notch. It's got to be something great. So at Climb, what we had done, my partner, Chris Lim, had thought of this, was he had a little box, and it was a leather bound box, right? It was something that you opened and you put all the stuff in that you wanted, and then you closed it up and then you left it there. Now, imagine this. You're super busy. You get a lead off of Zillow, or someone calls you. You have 1 hour to respond. The statistics show that you have 1 hour to respond. Otherwise, the seller loses interest. They get upset because you didn't respond fast enough. The agent, and you know what? You're not the only agent that gets called.
That's correct.
Right? Yep. So the first person that responds is at a distinct advantage. So how do you respond? But you can't just respond with an email, right? You can, but it's less than optimal. So we built this tool so we could streamline this process. And so what happens is you get a beautiful presentation delivered. The reader, the seller sees it. They love it. The universal feedback is, wow, this is the best presentation I've ever seen. And what happens is, as we discussed earlier, notifications and analytics. You get to see when, what and how long things are being read for. We also tell you if it's a desktop or laptop or a phone. We also tell you that. We also tell you what browser they're reading from.
Right.
So you know what's going on, right? And it works with all tech, all real estate tech. 99% of stuff, drag and drop. Cloud CMA, upload it. Moxie Present, upload it. YouTube videos, BombBomb videos, upload them. Matterports, Google Maps, whatever it is, you drag and drop it right in, and we wrap it up. And this is what it does. It wins listings, right? I built a tool. I was sick of tech. I'm a realist. I am an electrical engineer, computer engineer, right? I like tech, but not for the sake of tech. Tech needs to solve a problem. Tech needs to solve the problem. AI. Everyone's talking about AI. Great. But what problem does it solve for me, right? how does it streamline my day and my business? And for real estate agents, it's about one thing: winning listings.
Yep.
Right? Especially in today's market where listings have dried up for obvious reasons, right? So that listings are what's going to win the day for you. And I love this time. I mean, I don't love it. What I mean is this time of the cycle, but it really shows, it brings you back down to basics, real estate agents. And all the people that have gotten into the business because it was such easy money, well, you really, really need to up your game now, right? And it's the fundamentals. The fundamentals are listing presentations, winning listings, right? So this is, it's back to basics for everyone. It's going to be the one that can win the most listings.
Right.
That's going to get through this time.
Right.
All right. And so this tool allows you to do that, right? And I'll give you an example of a real world example of what this listing presentation looks like.
Excellent. Great idea.
Yeah, this is something by Trang Dunlap in San Francisco Bay Area. And this is about her team. This is a 35-page Intero listing presentation built into the tool. She just drag and dropped it right in. There is a 59-page cloud CMA in here. There's another link to the live cloud CMA. There's a table here from an MLS, from her MLS on comps. There's a seller estimated closing statement, a listing timeline, a 40-page guide to escrow. Now, let me ask you, if you had to send this sort of thing in an email, a 35-page PDF, a 59-page cloud CMA PDF, and a 40-pager from Chicago Title, your email will probably not get read very effectively.
Or it'll go to spam.
Yeah. And, we have this all on a single landing page, easily digestible by the reader, impressive. It makes you stand out. Why? Because that other agent is probably doing that, sending an email full of attachments.
Right.
And guess what? This listing presentation won a $2 million lead from Zillow. And she never met the lead face-to-face. She beat 3 other agents with it. And shortly after that, she won a second one, and then their entire brokerage signed up. This is the power of HighNote. This is really the power of HighNote. Am I on the right path here, Dave?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Dave, the one thing that's interesting is agents already have the vast majority of these assets that we're looking at, right? You get them from your broker. You've been making them over the years, right? And in addition to just that listing presentation, she's got a bunch of other things in there. All you're doing is dragging and dropping the stuff in there, right? So that stuff's already there. And sometimes people are like, oh, that's so much stuff, right? The idea is to over deliver in value to up your credibility. You're right. They might not look at every single thing. We understand that. But the idea is that you over delivered as an agent. You're like, listen, everything is here, versus the agent that you're going up against who sent them the 3 attachments and sent them a text message, go, hey, did you get it? Right? Like, no, like you want to be the Ferrari, right? So, you're not using all the features. You're not driving 200 miles an hour right out of the gate, but you sure look better than the rest, right? Yeah. So,
right, and it has the address on it, and that is all customizable, where you can put whatever you want there.
Yeah, you can do. And let's just do a little demo here, just so I show how easy it is. All right, you click on, this is the dashboard. You have folders. You have all sorts of great stuff, but I'm just going to click on new. Right. And now let's just do New Jersey real estate. I am from, where are you from? Where are you located, Dave, again?
I'm in northern New Jersey, just outside of Manhattan.
All right. I was from Teaneck. What town?
I'm actually in Teaneck right now.
No way.
Swear to God. I work out of a workspace in Teaneck, New Jersey, at the plaza.
Oh my God. We got to talk some more.
Queen Anne Road and Palisade Avenue.
Oh my God, I was just at my high school reunion not too long ago in Teaneck, New Jersey.
This is
It
where I
was
work
so
out.
great to be there. Queen Anne Road. Oh my God, I can't believe you're in Teaneck. Anyway, so this is how quickly you can build a presentation, right? Just drag and drop things right from your desktop. You know, you can pick pictures, any pictures. We have millions of stock images all built in right into HighNote. And then what you do is once you have uploaded all your items and you've typed great descriptions, you send the link. You send the link or you use HighNote to send, just like you would a DocuSign, just like you would a DocuSign document. So, so I just uploaded something, you know, common ways to hold title. And, you know, you can easily do something like this. And let me see. Let me get a video. Let me get a video of you from YouTube. And episode, oh my God, back in the day, episode 34. We're gonna put that up. And let's see here. Super easy, right? Just drag and drop things in. Now, this is the presentation. Obviously, New Jersey real estate. I put something about title and then an episode of you in it. And what I'll do is I'll just create a link, right? Dave, generate a link, copy it, and I'll just paste it right into the chat. If I paste it into the chat, why don't you click on it? I'll demonstrate the analytics here.
Okay.
Click on that, and I'll show you what happens on my side. But
I'm in that right now. We're not showing that, but I'm in it right now.
great.
Right?
So it says here on my screen, Dave has opened this one time. Now click on like the YouTube video, right?
Okay, hold on.
Great, you just did that, and I got a okay. You checked out common ways to hold title. So it says you looked at that PDF in the document, and now as an agent, what does that tell me? It tells me what you're interacting with. It tells me when to follow up. It tells me how long you check things out. It tells me how interested you are. It tells me how interested you are in something, right? So it's really powerful. Here's another thing that people use it for, agents. They use it to send offers. They're like, what? When I first built this tool, I was like, okay, we need a listing presentation tool. Then they started using it to send offers. I said, okay, we're onto something here if agents are using it to send offers. Why do they do that? Because they want their buyers to be noticed. They want to be professional. They want to ensure the listing agent that as a buyer agent, they're professional. They're going to make sure that this deal happens, that their buyer is serious. So they've done that. They do that as well. And guess what? They use the notifications. What does it tell them? It tells them how strong their offer is. It tells them how strong their offer is. Because if the listing agent or the seller just opens it and closes it in 1 second, 2 seconds, what does that tell you? It tells you your offer is not in the running. But if you receive a strong offer and you're going through every single page in the contract, you're looking at the pre-approval letter, you're looking at the agent video, you're looking at the proof of funds, you're looking at some of the disclosures that may have been sent with the offer, what does that tell you? That tells you, gee, my offer is being seriously considered. So these notifications are so powerful. They're so useful for the real estate agent. It's really a game changer for a lot of these agents and teams that talk about it all the time. And so Dave, if I can pause here, I want to make sure I'm going on the right path for you.
Yeah.
Great.
So, yeah, no, this is, I mean, everybody has to realize a couple of things here. Number one, this is not a new toy. This is not a silver bullet. This is not a shiny object. This is not the magic pill. What this is an art, is typically, literally the art of differentiation for you in your marketplace, for you in getting listings. Look, it is really hard to pick up that phone and call it for sale by owner because there's call reluctance. Oh, they're going to yell at me. They're going to scream at me. They're going to know I suck or I'm going to fumble, right? But say you get through and get the appointment. Holy shit, I got the appointment. This is really great. But now you got to convert that lead. You see, a lot of people got all the leads they need and they think the leads suck. We don't have a lead problem. You've got a conversion problem.
Exactly.
And with something like HighNote, you've got the head start. You've got, you go right to the top of the list when it comes to advantage, when it comes to differentiation. Look, being different does not mean you've got to be better. It just means you got to stand out.
Exactly.
Right? We talk about on social media, Mark and Randy, we talk about stop the scroll, get people to notice you, have them to start looking, stop the thumb moving and all that other crap, right? This basically can stop your seller in their tracks, stop your buyer in their tracks. Hey, look, this can also be done for a lot of different things. I mean, there's so many uses for this. We had initially believed it was listing presentations, but here it is, it's property marketing. It's everything, man.
Yeah.
And this is like, we could talk about this, but what you're showing is like, a picture's worth 1,000 words. This video is worth 1,000,000. So keep going, man.
Yeah, exactly. So as you said, there's so many other use cases. And, agents they're so creative in what they will use it for. It's been impressive. Winning buyers. Obviously, that's an obvious thing. If you could do a listing presentation with it, you could do a buyer presentation with it. So a lot of agents use it for winning buyers. Keeping clients informed at every step of the transaction, right? Not having the right email. Great, Mr. Buyer, we're in contract. Here's what to do next. 5, 6, 7, 8 different steps. Just build one template, send it off, and you're done. Neighborhoods, marketing yourself as the go-to neighborhood expert. I'm the Teaneck, New Jersey real estate expert, right? And then building a presentation around that and distributing that as a web page or on social media, etc. Client retention, the annual real estate review. I think a lot of people know what this is, but it's a way, and especially now in this kind of market where you need to stay in touch with your old buyers who are now homeowners. Well, how do you do that? That's a really tough, challenging problem in the real estate agent. How do you stay in touch with people? Doing an annual real estate review to talk about their home, to reminding them who put them in that home in the first place. Who is the agent that helped you? And as you know, the huge number of these agents get forgotten about after selling the home to the buyer. But staying in touch with them is another great use case. These agents are just loving it, finding applications for it all the time, and awesome products. Here's some other ones: listings presentations for specific home styles, property marketing. People are building property marketing with it. Why? Because you have so much stuff that you produce about the home.
Right.
And Matterport, videos, slideshows, whatever it may be, you want to present that all, wrap it up and send it. And recruiting. Teams are using it to recruit. So, this brokerage owner actually said after 45 days on the market, got a listing under contract because he built it out in HighNote. And he sent that out, and people were like, oh, what is this? This is interesting. And then it brought attention to their property this way. So it's a way to bring attention to yourself. It's a way to bring attention to your properties. It's a way to bring attention to your listing services. It's a way to bring attention to your buyer services. Now,
let's
go ahead.
Good,
Go ahead, Randy.
Let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room right now, right? Which is the fact that we have low inventory, right? And it's harder to get listings. A year ago, you could get them, you couldn't keep them. Agents were so busy, right?
Yep.
Over asking, close in 7 days, waiving contingencies. You want to get listings, right? And right now, while the market is tight, is the best opportunity to start to take market share, because the vast majority of your competition is pulling back. I talked to all these different the tech founders and what's going on in the agent community. They're pulling back on marketing. They're pulling back on this, right? Because they just don't have the inventory. So now would be the best opportunity to start to take market share. Well, how can we do that, right? So you could very simply create a HighNote, right? And just start peppering your database. Put a little video of you, right? So people are connecting with you face to face. Hey, I know it's tough right now. Interest rates are peaking, hitting, close to 9% right now. Don't worry, things will change. And I do think that over a period of time, rates will come back down because people do want to sell. The problem is they're locked in at 2, 3, 4%, and they're not really ready to make that transition. And I think the vast majority of the general population kind of thinks they're going to come back down a little bit, right?
Right.
So now would be the opportunity to take your database and send them a HighNote with a little video. Hey, I'm here. This is what's going on, right? The other thing, start hitting people with the snail mail, with the postcards. Put the little QR code on there and drive them right to a HighNote. Again, your video, your increasing frequency, right? Start doing that more and more and more. So when you do get the call for, I'm thinking about listing my property, right? You might have to work a little harder to get it. But when you are there, you send them the pre-listing presentation. So this is just to warm them up even more to who you are, what your expertise is, who you are as a person, right? The type of marketing that you do, because I guarantee the 2 other people that you're going up against aren't sending stuff like this. They haven't gotten in front of them with their face. And I want to tell you a quick story about a client that I know very, very closely. She wasn't the top agent in the subdivision. She got a call. So-and-so said that, you're a great real estate agent. I'd like to have you take a look at the property, So she sends over the HighNote. She goes, she shows up. The wife, as soon as she walks in the door, gives her a little hug. Okay. Normally that doesn't happen. You have that real awkward moment of like, hi, nice to meet you. And the wife's husband was right there. And she says, hey, I just want to let you know that we've decided that we're going to go with you, but there are 2 other agents that are going to be here this afternoon that we actually booked before we booked you. He said, okay, well, why did you decide to go with me? And the lady and the husband said, the first guy who booked the appointment just sent them the calendar invitation, right? The second person, their assistant called just to confirm that they were scheduled for that day, right? This person that actually won it sent the HighNote with a little video just saying, hey, this is who I am. I'm a mom in the local area, right? It was just because of that. They were able to connect with her at a level that the other 2 agents that were more experienced in that subdivision than her, and she got the deal.
Yeah.
Right. So these are strategies that we can deploy and implement today. Anybody can do this.
Exactly. Yeah. And Dave said it best. It's you guys said it best. I mean, it's conversion. You get a lead, right? You need to make sure you convert this lead, right? In San Francisco, okay, an average home is about $1 million. Condo, right? Average condo is $1 million. Do the math. That's $20,000 in a listing commission. So every single lead you get, if you can convert, it's $20,000 each and every time, right? So it's really, really important that you convert every lead, and you cannot leave it to chance. Randy just talked about the pre-listing presentation. So Dave, I want to talk about this. We've developed this system, right, over the years and probably a decade selling real estate in San Francisco and luxury real estate. And we've taught many, many agents how to do this. And real estate sales is a 2-step process. It's actually more than that, but I'm going to say it's a 2-step presentation process. You have to, when you get a lead, you have to send a pre-listing before. You have to send something before. And it's a pre-listing presentation. Why? It sets up the in-person meeting, right? And this is what it looks like. It's about you as an agent, you as a team, maybe a video to build some rapport, to get some emotion going, the power of your brokerage, your office presence, your marketing services, and some sample listings that relate to the seller's home, right? If I'm selling a home in Teaneck, New Jersey, it's going to be a home. Don't show condos. If you're selling a condo inside in New York City and Upper West Side, show condos. Don't show homes. So you need to really pick and choose the stuff that you're going to be selling. We know your neighborhood, really emphasizing that you know the neighborhood. Every seller wants to make sure that as a listing agent, you know their neighborhood the best. Marketing timeline. Here are the steps to selling your home, right? Maybe a property tax records report, right? Show a little bit about what you know about the home, when it was purchased, who owns it, etc. Life of an escrow or life of in contract, the value of your home. Don't send the value of your home before meeting. That's a big no-no. You send something, if you're off with your comps or you're off with your valuation before you meet or even see the home, you've just shot yourself in the foot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then you also should send a sample listing agreement.
Always do that.
Why? It's a presumptive close. It demonstrates confidence. It says, hey, I'm here to sign this listing to work with you.
That's right.
I am ready to go. So you send it beforehand. If you send it with a tool like HighNote, what do you see? If you see that they're opening it, you're getting notifications they're opening the listing agreement, guess what? You have a serious seller and they're ready to go, right? So it's a very powerful technique. And testimonials, and then about you again. So this is the pre-listing. This is what Randy was alluding to, right? It's the thing that you send before. And I can't tell you how many times agents have come back to us and said they were blown away when they show up at the home and they have everything printed out. They have the listing agreement printed out, ready to go. Or we had some agents say that the seller canceled the other agent's appointments because they said, look, we're ready to go with you. This is so impressive. I'm ready to go with you, especially since the other agents didn't send anything that's impressive, right? So you need to impress. You need to send some. You need to wear your best suit. You need to drive. You need to wash your car when you show up.
and everybody should understand, a lot of this stuff is evergreen, right? Which means once it's created one time, you can use it over and over and over again. For the most part, like the pre-listing presentation, once you create it, it's done. You can always add to it, right? But it's a time machine. Technology is meant to leverage time and efficiencies. So you don't have to upload documents and attachments and all this other stuff anymore. Once it's done, it's done. And I would say about 80% of the HighNote presentations that we see, they're all templated out. They're just ready to go. Like, oh, I want to make a tweak or this or that. You can do that. Yeah. And we have the templates right in there for everybody to choose.
Yeah. And we're going to give this away for free, Dave, to everyone on the show. You can download this. There'll be a QR code you can see.
Yep, I'll put that up in a minute.
Yeah. It's a 30. We built this. It's a 33-page document that talks about how to build the ultimate listing presentation. Right. And then what we include is 2 diagrams here that discuss how you make the perfect pre-listing presentation, all the sections that you need. And these are battle tested. We've won thousands of listings with these listing presentations. I wish I could take credit for this. This was developed by Chris Lim, president of Christie's, and he was my co-founder at Climb. And he's now president of Christie's, but it was developed by him and his selling technique. And this is won almost 5 billion worth of sales in one listings. So this is not just BS. This is actual battle tested, successful presentations. So this is a pre-listing presentation. You're going to get that. You're also going to get the follow-up presentation. And let me take a second to talk about this. Now, imagine this. You send the pre-listing, okay? You show up at the house, you meet the seller, you look at the home. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to ask questions. They're going to ask questions about you. They're going to ask questions about your experience. They're going to ask questions, what do you think my home is worth? What should I do with the home? Should I fix this? Should I do that? Should I stage it? When should I sell the property? What's the market like? You have a lot of questions that are being asked of you. You need to follow up after the meeting, and you need to give your professional opinion of value of the home, right? Don't just do it at the home. Take your time and think about it. I can't tell you how many times, Dave, you may have experienced this too, when you're at a meeting and you just blurt out what you think the value is. And sometimes you're right, and sometimes you're wrong. Why? Because you didn't even look at that comp down the street that just sold, or you weren't aware of what the seller knows, these two other listings that are on the market for a slightly higher price, right? So, you really need to take your time and make sure you don't shoot yourself in the foot and give the wrong value. Take your time, follow up. And what people do, what we've developed is this system where you can follow up with another presentation. And this is, we're going to give this away for free, the perfect follow-up listing presentation. We detail all the sections that you need in here to make sure to successfully close this. Now, this is, let me see if I could bring up a live HighNote to show.
So Mark, as you're doing that, I want to ask you a question. I want to make a point. And I want to ask you a question. The point I want to make is really simple. Hey guys, with the way the market is, any market is, you can't control what the other agent's going to do, but you can control what you're going to do. And that was the basis, and what you did, what you built Climb on was, you never focused on what you couldn't control. You focused on what you could control, and you can control what's going out there, right? And understand that what we're showing here can be used for many things. I'll get to in a minute, but this is like so different than anyone's using in your market. And I say your market, I'm talking about Michigan, Louisiana, New Jersey, anywhere. Go ahead, Mark.
Yes. And so the follow-up. Okay, you got to talk about, okay, what did you do? Okay, I walked through the home. Here's my assessment of the home. Here's the strategy I recommend. Here's the target demographic who's likely to buy your home. Timing, right? And then put in comps, right? I left these blank in here, but you got to put in comps. Neighborhood sales, recent sales. Make sure you don't overprice the home. And here's the value of your home, right? Here's what I think the value of your home is at this market. Sales and marketing calendar, next steps. Listing agreement again, right? Always include that listing agreement. Recommendations, my team, and then why me again, okay? And this is such a powerful way to make sure you win every single listing. And we're going to give that to you for free at the end of the show, I guess. When
we're gonna stop the share in a second. Is there anything else you want to show here, Mark? Because I want to make sure.
I want to talk about pricing real quick. For HighNote, it's really, really affordable, especially when you think about how many listings you're going to win with this. It's $35 a month. It's a no-brainer, right? With an annual plan, it's $29 a month. Okay, it's unlimited everything, unlimited presentations, unlimited shares, unlimited favorites, unlimited folders, etc. Now, we give you templates. They're available, but as you know, agents are busy, and sometimes they want it just done for you. So we offering this new done for you service. It's very popular now, and it's the perfect pre-listing presentation and the perfect follow-up listing presentation, and we give it to you. We make it for you and we personalize it for you. So what we the price is $5.99 for both of these. Okay, it's gonna win you listings, right? If you just want one of them done, it's $2.99, no problem. You give us your information, we build a personal one for you, and we give you these templates, scientifically proven, $5 billion worth of listings won. Again, deluxe for both, basic just one. Our success team will customize these. What's the value of these? Well, just ask yourself, what's a one listing worth to you, right? And this is the done for you service that we have. There's a link. I think you're going to provide it. It says get.highnote.io.
Yep.
Get.highnote.io. That's what we have. And so just in summary, this is what HighNote is. The software program, $35 a month, $29 a month if you pay annually. And then we offer the done for you service. Deluxe is $5.99, basics $2.99. Owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to have the best listing presentation package and system out there today. Listings are so hard now. You need to make sure you convert every single lead And the worst feeling of all, Dave, in the industry, next to, I think probably next to your client maybe using another agent because you forgot to follow up with them. But the number one thing for me was losing a listing to a competitor, right? And so you cannot leave it to chance, especially today and what's at stake. Every single listing lead you get, you need to convert. Make sure you are armed with the best technology and presentations to make sure you win. And we're here to help. We've done this for years, over a decade of selling. And we built a successful brokerage around these presentations.
It's really, we're gonna go off this, take this off the screen now because I want to go through a couple things and put up the whatchamacallit, and there it is. Okay, that's the QR code for what we've been talking about to get that information. But it's there's a couple of questions, right, that I want to go through. This is a lot of information that you're sending the client, and I know, Randy, you talked about this earlier. So you're putting a lot of stuff in. And the whole idea is not to overwhelm the client. And honestly, guys, is not to overwhelm the agent either, right? But we find that that it's like a pick and choose kind of thing of what they're going to look at. And again, just to get back to it all, you get the analytics to actually see exactly what they're looking at.
Yeah.
I want to add one other thing to what you've talked about. I mean, being in the trenches with everybody, making the calls myself for agent attraction, for sale by owners, expireds, et cetera, a lot of times you get a frustrated seller on the phone. You get somebody on the phone. You meet somebody, and basically it's like walking into that shoe store and say, hey, can I help you today? And you say, no, I'm just looking. The better salesperson is going to tell you, well, we have these on sale and we have this and we have that. And, one of the things you're going to say is, well, okay, yeah, I see that you got that. The difference to us is when someone's frustrated on the phone, or a seller or a buyer, they'll say, well, just send me the information. Guess what? You now have a tool to send them the information. Because they say, well, send me your information. Most agents get off the phone and says, what the hell do I sell? This is the answer, guys.
That's right.
This is what you send them, right? So I don't know if you've ever heard it that way, but just to put it together, it's not too much info. Send me your info, right? So that's what I've got on that, guys. What else you got? I mean, there's just so much here, and typically we do a lot of presentations on this broadcast, but I really feel it's necessary and felt it was necessary to actually do that here, to be able to show what we're talking about. Because I can say HighNote this, HighNote that, we can talk about it, but if a picture's worth 1,000 words, what you just did is worth 1,000,000 words. So talk to me more about the product and why it's so important.
So here's another cheat code to win more deals, right? That presentation standing out, just like you said, great opportunity. But what about your Zillow lead or your Realtor.com lead, right? So here's, being in the CRM business, we ingested millions of leads. So we get to see what the best responses were, right? And even though there's some programs out there that do the automated text, if you will, it's still not personalized. If Zillow, let's just say, sells your lead to 2 people or 3 people, or they inquiry on multiple sites, the vast majority of people, if they get something at all, is like a text message. Hey, I just got your information from Zillow, right? When is a good time to connect, right? That's what you see the vast majority of the time, or an email that goes out. But what about this? What about if you had your HighNote done about you, what you specialize in, right? Everything built out. And you said, hey, I just got your information from Zillow. My name's Randy, right? Here's a link. Everything that you need to know about me and what's going on in the market is here for you. You're providing so much value above everybody else that's responding. Now that person gets to watch a little video about you. They get to see what's going on with the market. They get to see what's going on with rates. Your competition ain't doing that. You want to convert leads better? Like, you can have the best automated text message in the planet, but you need to be able to impress them. You want to indoctrinate them, get a video in front of them inside of HighNote, right? We all follow people on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever, it's almost like if we saw them in the airport, we would go up and say hi to them, right? There's a reason you want to drop a video in there on the lead, because you're pulling them in even more, right? And I'm telling you, your leads that are coming in, you want to convert them, do stuff like this, do stuff different than everybody else, right?
Yeah, and especially at this time where we were saying this before, it's back to basics, guys. It's back to basics, and it's about winning listings.
It's like having a favorite movie star, right? So if you see that movie star on the screen all the time or on TV or whatever, what you're doing is it can also present you and create that parasocial relationship. And what I mean by that is if they see your stuff and then they see you, it's just like being on social, but this is just an added level. This ups your game so much. Hey guys, we're coming up against time. I just a couple of questions, and then unfortunately we're up against time because this has been I didn't have to do anything. This was easy for me, right? So, but the most important thing is you're an agent. You're an agent that's struggling. HighNote is the nuts. So give me something that a struggling agent, a stuck agent, a new agent, one that's thinking to get out of business, what they should do and how they can use HighNote.
Yeah, Randy said it best. When it's slow, when the market's slow, you need to double down, and you need to double down on your on the stuff that's going to convert business, right? Marketing, presentations. These are the main things. When we started our brokerage at Climb, we started at 2009. In 2009, and we did that on
2009.
Yeah, we did that on purpose. It was the Great Recession, and we said, look, this brokerage is shutting down their office. This brokerage is now cutting back their marketing spend. This brokerage is doing less. They're cutting back, not giving to their agents.
Right.
We said, great. That's a great opportunity for us to really tighten our belt, to get courageous, and to invest in our future, right? If you're going to be a real estate agent for the long term, you need to ride these cycles. And guess what? There's a down cycle right now. And I was saying this earlier, these are the times where the strong will survive, the best agents will survive, and the best agents are the ones that do the most marketing. They're the ones that get the most exposure. They're the ones that convert the best. They're the ones that have the best stuff. And when I mean stuff, I mean marketing, right? So double down on your marketing. Don't be scared.
100%.
Don't be scared. And it's gonna be a roller coaster, right? It's gonna be slow this winter. It's gonna be especially slow this winter, right? But get ready for the spring. Get ready for the spring. You're gonna get a listing call. You're gonna get more than one, I hope. You're gonna get buyers that call you. You have to convert these leads at a level that you haven't done before. So up your game and be strong. This is not the time to like quit and say, oh my God, what's going to happen? You need to really dig deep and invest in yourself. And this is what we built here. We built this tool, right? Help you shine and help you stand out. So that's what HighNote's about.
Great.
We know our motto and mission is elevating professionals, right? And that's what we love to do. We want to elevate professionals, elevate salespeople, elevate marketing, elevate real estate people. So we want to elevate the industry, and that's what HighNote is.
Wait, Randy?
The numbers are the numbers. I mean, at the end of the day, like if I just looked at them, the amount of people renewing their license is declining, is dropping drastically. We were at an all-time high, right? The MLS renewals, I just looked at those a few weeks ago, they're down quite a bit, right? So a couple of years ago where you thought that you had the deal and they listed with, cousin Karen, who is also a teacher, right? I think that a lot of these part-timers, the ROI is just not going to be there. And I think now is that time when people think real estate, just get on their mind. They might not be ready to buy today, sell today, right? Just start staying top of mind. I don't care if it's HighNote, print materials, social, the numbers are dropping, right? And if the competition is less, you are going to pick up market share. There's no more market share is created, right? You can only take the market share, especially in real estate.
Right.
So as 10% opens up, time to take a couple of percentages of that. So that's my opinion about what's going on.
So guys, I got a couple of more things. Along with a thank you for joining me today. The one question that I ask everybody at the end is, how can I help you grow your business?
By what you're doing.
Awesome.
That's it. Like, really having these conversations and educating and bringing value to people and letting people try things. That's how you help us.
Yeah.
Awesome. So guys, I want to thank you so much for being on. Next week we have Matt Marinoff, who literally wrote the book on short sales. Is the owner operator of Real Estate Recovery Group. He's going to be on with us next week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. He is a fun guy. If you haven't seen him, there's a QR code. Hit that QR code to get that free that free document. We're going to be putting that on our sites and everywhere we are. I'm using HighNote for many more things starting today. Guys, I want to thank you. And as you know, we've got this coming out to you. This is the reason you said, Dave, I got to get a new hat. I saw you had a new color. So
Nice.
I want to thank you guys so much. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Whether you watch it live or you watch it recorded, which is where most of our stuff is. And remember, you know what? Just be different. You don't have to be better. Thanks so much, guys. Guys, you stay on for 1 second. Thank you. Hit the video, Nelson.